Alicia.
Jared, always good to be here, ready for another deep dive.
Absolutely. And hello to you tuning into Vibrations and Manifestations.
Hey everyone, we are really excited today. We're kicking off something new, something you've actually been asking us for.
Yeah, we've heard from so many of you about how much you got out of our comparisons. Like, remember the Abraham versus Silva deep dive?
Yeah.
The insights there were just fantastic.
They really were. So we thought, let's take that idea and really run with it, a whole new series.
Exactly. We're launching our Manifestation Showdowns. We'll be putting Abraham Hicks side by side with other really influential metaphysical teachers.
And for this first one, we're diving into a really core question, I think, in conscious creation.
We are pitting Neville Goddard people, call him the imagination king, the master of living in the end, against Abraham Hicks, our, guides for getting into vibrational alignment.
So the big question is manifestation mostly about your frequency, like Abraham teaches, or is it primarily your imagination, like Neville emphasized?
Or, and this is kind of what we suspect, do they actually work together, like in this amazing dance? Our mission today is to really dig into how imagination and vibration weave together to shape the reality you experience. Let's get into it.
Okay, so Neville Goddard, if that name's new to you, get ready. His stuff can really shift how you see things. He was this incredible mystic, originally from Barbados, teaching mostly mid-20th century.
And his whole approach was based on this, really metaphysical way of reading the Bible. He saw the stories not as history, but as deep psychological dramas playing out inside us, like guides to our own creative power.
Yeah, and the absolute core of it, the big idea, is that imagination is the ultimate reality, not just daydreaming,
Right. He called it the workshop of creation, the God power within you. And if you think about it, everything created, every invention, every building, it started as an image, right? An idea held in someone's mind.
It really did, which flows right into his next huge point. Consciousness is the only reality. Basically, your outer world, your circumstances, the people, the events, it's just a mirror reflecting your inner state, your consciousness.
So if you want to change what you see out there,
you have to change the source inside you. Change your consciousness.
And this leads to what, for many people, is Neville's absolute mic drop moment. Feeling is the secret.
Ah, yes. This is crucial.
It's not just about making mental pictures.
Yeah.
He said the real power is in feeling the reality of your desire as if it's already here.
Yeah.
Like now.
Because your subconscious mind, that's the creative powerhouse, right? It doesn't really respond to just words or wishful thinking. It responds to feeling, to deep conviction.
Yeah, like if you're visualizing wealth but you're feeling lack deep down, well, guess what gets created?
Exactly. Lack wins. So his golden rule became, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled.
Don't wait for the outside world to prove it to you.
No, you believe it first. You embody that feeling, that state of being the person who has it, and then the proof has to follow. You literally step into it now.
You make that feeling feel like home. Natural.
Right. And another kind of mind-bending idea he had was this concept that creation is finished.
Okay, explain that one.
Well, he taught that everything you could ever possibly want, it already exists. Not like out there somewhere in the future, but right here, right now, in the realm of infinite potential.
So it's not about struggling to make it happen.
No, it's about choosing it, appropriating it, selecting it from that infinite field by changing your consciousness to match it. You just have to claim it internally.
Okay, so how do we actually do this stuff? He wasn't just theory, right? He had tools.
Oh, absolutely. Very practical tools. His most famous one is probably Esiteos. State akin to sleep.
Right, that kind of dreamy, floaty state just as you're falling asleep.
Exactly, because your conscious, analytical mind is quieting down. It's getting out of the way. And your subconscious is wide open, super receptive to suggestion.
So how does SITs work, practically?
It's pretty simple, actually. You imagine a short scene, just a little snippet, but it has to imply that your desire is already fulfilled.
The end result, not the journey to get there.
Precisely. So if you want that new house, don't picture signing papers. Picture yourself waking up in the bedroom. Feel the sheets. Smell the coffee from that kitchen.
Use all your senses. Make it feel real.
Totally. See it, hear it, feel it. But the most important part, he stressed, is feeling the naturalness of it. Like, oh yeah, of course this is my house, until it feels less like a fantasy and more like a memory.
And then you just drift off to sleep in that feeling.
You got it. Just fall asleep soaked in that feeling of it being done.
Wow. Did he share stories about this working?
Oh, tons. There's a famous one about a woman who desperately wanted to go see her family in Barbados. No money, no ticket, nothing.
Okay.
Neville told her, every night just before sleep, imagine you're in Barbados. Feel the warm air on your skin on your family's porch. Hear the ocean, the specific sounds, and just fall asleep there.
Already.
And pretty soon, completely out of the blue, a relative she hadn't heard from in ages contacted her and offered her a fully paid trip.
Whoa! Just like that. The outside world just rearranged itself.
Exactly. It had to match her inner assumption. Her imagination literally paved the way.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
What other techniques did he teach?
Another big one was inner conversations. You know, that constant chatter we all have going on in our heads.
Oh, yeah. Nonstop sometimes.
Well, Neville believed that inner talk isn't just random noise. It's our consciousness actually creating. It's the only true creative power.
Okay.
He even said, if you consciously control and direct your inner conversations for just 3 days, he called 3, the number of completion, like Jonah in the whale, you could shift your whole reality.
3 days. So how do you do that?
You start speaking from the end, internally, as if your desire is already a fact. So if it's money, maybe your inner talk becomes, wow, I'm so grateful money flows to me so easily now.
But it has to feel natural, right? Not forced.
Totally. It has to feel true to you in that moment. And if that negative self-talk pops up, the old story, you just gently revise it, you rewrite the script internally. It's a constant conscious alignment.
Okay, now this next one sounds a bit tricky. Relaxation and detachment. Isn't manifestation about focus and intensity?
See, Neville saw it differently. For him, true relaxation wasn't about being lazy. It was a state of knowing, a deep inner certainty, a surrender to the fact that your desire is already real in the unseen.
So tension and anxiety actually push it away.
Yeah, they broadcast, I don't have it yet. Relaxation, that deep, calm confidence slides you into the feeling of already having it.
And once you've impressed the subconscious, you kind of let go.
You let go of the outcome, the how and when, not indifference, but what he called supreme confidence. It removes the resistance and just allows things to unfold, often in ways you couldn't have planned.
That makes sense. He also talked about persistence and something called the 72-hour cycle.
He did. He saw a sort of gestation period for thoughts impressed on the subconscious. He specifically highlighted 72 hours as a key time frame for an inner transformation to solidify.
So what happens in those 72 hours?
Well, after you've truly accepted your desire as done, as a fact, your inner world starts reorganizing. He said the second day might even feel a bit rough, like old patterns are dying.
Okay.
But the final 24 hours are like a resurrection. The new assumption starts to feel completely natural. And get this, sometimes, right in that period, you might experience what looks like the biggest failure yet.
Seriously. That sounds discouraging.
But Neville said that's actually a good sign. It means the old reality is dissolving, making way for the new. Your job is just stay faithful to your assumption no matter what the mirror shows temporarily.
Wow, okay. Keep the faith. And he talked about gratitude too, right?
Yep, huge. But not just being thankful after you get something. Feeling gratitude now for what is already yours in that assumed state. Gratitude becomes a creative force, affirming its reality.
And revision. Rewriting the past.
Yeah, mentally replaying past events but changing them to how you wish they had happened, based on the idea that time isn't strictly linear and you can alter the vibrational pattern of the past.
And it all kind of ties into act as if.
Exactly, which isn't about being fake. It's about stepping into the truth of who you are, a creator, and commanding reality to conform by being the person who already has the desire.
Okay, so that's Neville. Imagination, feeling it real, assuming the state. Powerful stuff. Now, let's bring in Abraham Hicks. How do they approach this?
Well, Abraham, as you know, is all about vibration. Your emotional vibration specifically, that's your point of attraction, period.
Your emotions are the guide. They tell you instantly what vibration you're offering.
Right. And where you put your focus builds momentum. Your emotional state is absolutely key to allowing what you've asked for to come in.
And the vortex, that energetic holding place where all your desires are already lined up, vibrationally speaking.
Exactly. So while Neville says feel it real using imagination, Abraham says feeling good is the goal. Positive emotion is alignment. Feeling good means you're a vibrational match to your desires.
Okay, so let's pinpoint the key differences or maybe different emphases.
Right. Neville's focus is on the feeling of reality, the deep conviction that it's done. That feeling doesn't necessarily have to be blissful joy initially. It just has to feel true.
Whereas Abraham is really clear. Feeling good is the indicator. Positive emotion is the sign. You're in alignment. You're letting it in. It's your permission slip, as they say.
Yeah, and maybe Neville's techniques feel a bit more prescriptive, like do sats this way, assume this feeling.
Well, Abraham is more about finding your path to feeling good. Reach for the better feeling thought. Follow your emotional guidance system.
Exactly. Different paths, but maybe heading to the same place.
And it's wild how science is starting to catch up and sort of validate both angles.
Totally. Take Neville's focus on imagination. Neuroscience talks about mental rehearsal, right?
Yeah, where visualizing an action lights up the same brain areas as actually doing it.
Exactly. It builds neural pathways, strengthens connections. It literally primes your brain and body for that reality. It's like scientific proof for SATs working.
And then for Abraham's emphasis on emotion.
Look at effective neuroscience. It shows how emotions, especially positive ones, change our brain chemistry, our physiology, everything.
Like all the research on gratitude, how it boosts happiness, lowers stress, even improves physical health.
Precisely. It shows that feeling good, feeling grateful isn't just fluff. It physically changes your state, which, as Abraham says, changes your point of attraction and what you experience.
So concepts like mirror neurons or the brain's default mode network being active during imagination, it all kind of points to this powerful link between our inner world of thoughts and feelings and our outer reality.
It really does. There's a real mechanism there.
Okay, so this is where it gets really juicy. Because they aren't fighting each other, Neville and Abraham. They actually work together, like, beautifully.
They really do. And the bridge, the secret sauce connecting them? Yeah. It's feeling.
Both agree on that, fundamentally. Neville calls feeling the substance. Abraham says positive emotion is alignment. It's all about your state of being, especially emotionally.
So think of it like this. Imagination, Neville's domain, sets the stage. It paints the picture, builds the detailed inner movie of your wish fulfilled.
That's at the workshop.
Right. But then the emotion, the feeling you generate while you're in that imagined scene that's Abraham's territory.
Yeah.
That's the frequency, the vibrational juice.
You can't just see the picture, you have to feel it. Feel the naturalness, like he said, that of course feeling.
That deep conviction, that quiet knowing, that's what impresses the subconscious. That's what shifts your vibration.
And when you get into that state, that feeling place,
Yeah.
inspired action often follows, doesn't it?
Yes, it's not forced effort. It's like you're just responding to cues, following excitement. It feels natural because you're acting from that new state of being.
And both of them stress letting go of the how, right?
Yeah.
Don't obsess over the details of how it will happen.
Absolutely. Your job isn't to figure out the logistics. Your job is to cultivate the feeling state of the wish fulfilled. Peace, security, joy, freedom, whatever it is. The stuff is just a symbol of the feeling.
So trust the universe or your subconscious to handle the delivery details. Just stay in the feeling.
Exactly. Assume the state, feel it consistently, and inspired actions will just flow. It won't feel like struggle.
Okay, so how can people practically blend these two, like day to day?
Well, you can definitely use Neville's techniques to generate Abraham's good feelings. Like in your journaling, ask yourself, okay, if I already had this, what would I feel right now? That's Neville's depth.
And then maybe follow it with Abraham's approach. Okay, from where I am, what thought feels just a little bit better?
Yes, use them together. And definitely leverage that pre-sleep SATs state. It's golden.
So do your SATs visualization.
But really focus on generating that feeling of relief, of gratitude, of knowing it's done. Imagine waking up tomorrow and it's just normal. It's arrived. No shock. Just this calm familiarity. Oh, right. Of course.
That quiet, yes.
That's the sweet spot. That deep, peaceful knowing.
And stick with that feeling, even if Monday morning looks exactly the same on the outside for a bit.
Persistence in the feeling, yes. Remember, the outer is catching up to the inner.
Okay, quick manifestation debug.
Manifestation debug mode.
Think of it like running diagnostics.
Exactly. It's a way to find those hidden blocks, those limiting beliefs that might be like messing with your abundance signal.
Clearing out the static, finding the glitches in your programming, things running in the background you don't even realize are there. So let's switch on manifestation debug mode.
Okay, activating debug mode.
What if it feels like it's not working?
Well, common blocks. Maybe you're visualizing, but you're still feeling the lack. That's a big Abraham red flag. Your vibration is still tuned to don't have it.
Or maybe you're trying too hard, forcing the image instead of relaxing into it. That's a Neville no-no. He said, relax and you will manifest.
Yeah, forcing creates resistance. And the biggest thing is trying to separate imagination and emotion. They're a team. They need each other.
So it's less about perfect technique and more about cultivating that state of being, that genuine feeling that it's already yours.
That's the core. That feeling is the magnet.
Ultimately, whether you lean more towards Neville or Abraham, They both point to the same incredible truth. You are the creator of your experience.
Absolutely. When you use your amazing imagination to really feel the reality of what you want, and you combine that with the high vibe emotional state of already having it, well, you're pretty much unstoppable.
It's not one versus the other. It's the dance, the synergy between them.
It truly is.
Okay, now let's take a moment together. Let's step into that power. We're not going to chase the future. No, we're going to let it arrive right here, inside you. Now, so wherever you are, just take a nice, comfortable breath. Let it come in slowly. Let's do one more, even slower this time. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Now just gently allow your eyes to close. Let your shoulders drop down, away from your ears. No need for tension here. Just be curious. Be open. Now, I want you to imagine you're waking up tomorrow morning. This isn't just any old tomorrow. This is the morning after. The morning after that thing you've been desiring has arrived. It's done. It's manifested. It's real. It's here now. Picture yourself waking up, maybe in your own bed. Sun might be just starting to peek through the window. You stretch your body, maybe a little yawn. And you just know there isn't a big shock. No fireworks. Just this. Warm, quiet sense of familiarity. A gentle yes echoing inside. And you might find yourself smiling. Just a little smile. Because it's done. Because of course it happened for you. It feels so natural. Maybe you glance over at your phone and there's that message confirming it. Or maybe you hear the sound of your specific person moving around in another room. Maybe making coffee. Maybe your home just feels different. Cozier, safer. Or maybe your body feels lighter, more at ease. Just let the scene gently unfold around you. Don't force it. Let your imagination softly paint the picture, like you're just remembering how it felt. How it feels now. What do you notice? What tiny details? What sounds are there? And most importantly, what do you feel? In your chest, in your belly, notice your breathing. What little tiny moment just confirms it for you? I've arrived. Okay, now just gently expand that feeling. Imagine you're moving through your day, carrying this energy with you. What little tiny moment just confirms it for you? It's not necessarily a big, loud excitement. It might be quieter than that. A sense of clarity, perhaps? It's the underlying frequency of, this is already mine. This is who I am now. Notice how you move. Notice how you might be smiling more easily. Feeling grounded. Feeling safe. Feeling steady. Maybe even feeling a little bit cheeky. That quiet confidence, knowing you're aligned. You have allowed yourself to become the version of you who simply receives and receives. So just take one more deep breath in and really feel that truth settling into your cells, into your bones. It's done. I don't have to chase it anymore. I am it. Just feel the stillness for a moment. So just take one more deep breath in. You can rest here as long as you like. And whenever you feel ready, gently start to bring your awareness back to the room around you. Maybe wiggle your fingers and your toes slightly. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes.
Wow. That always feels so good, just settling into that knowing. So just to wrap up our deep dive today, Neville Goddard showing us imagination is creation. Abraham Hicks guiding us with emotional vibration as creation.
And the beautiful truth they both share, you are the creator. You really are. When you use that incredible imagination to feel your desire as real, and you match it with that high vibe feeling of already having it, yeah, unstoppable. That's that amazing dance between the two.
And don't forget our hot tip. Try blending them. Use Neville's SATS technique before sleep, but really focus on generating those good aligned feelings like Abraham teaches. Double power punch right there.
Remember, the world out there, it's just reflecting back what you assume and feel to be true inside. It's not really about what happens to you. It's about what you do with your inner state in response. That's where the power lies.
So here's something to chew on. If your inner conversations really do create your outer world, what kind of conversations are you going to choose to have with yourself over the next, say, 72 hours, knowing that your reality is listening and it has to respond?
Ooh, good one. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please make sure you subscribe. We are just getting started with these manifestation showdowns.
Yeah, next time we're putting the practical, no-nonsense wisdom of Florence Scovel Shinn up against the flow of Abraham Hicks. That's going to be fascinating.
It really is. And hey, leave us a review if you feel inspired, share this with someone who'd love it, or post your favorite takeaway online. We'd love hearing from you.
And let us know what resonated most today. Are you hashtag team imagination, hashtag team vibration?
Oh.
Or maybe you're seeing how they're really hashtag team both.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Of course.
May your vibrations be ever rising.
Yes.
And your manifestations aligned with your highest good.
Until next time.